Hello, how are you? Good morning, students. Welcome back to another class with Mr. O, language. It's super important to understand the different topics in language. And as I said since the beginning of the year, if you remember back in February, I said that language, it is not just to write, it is not just to receive grammar classes, listening classes, reading classes. Language goes beyond, and language, inside. Let me put it like this. Let me put this example. Imagine we have on our palm, we have the language class. In the middle of our palm, we have the language class. So every finger that surrounds, every finger that is around the language class, it's speaking, writing, grammar, listening, and reading. Okay, those are parts of the language because language it's a way to improve my English, in this case English, because you are learning English, and it's kind of interesting to understand students' ways of communication. So for today, guys, we are going to be focused on unit number 12, which is possessive pronouns, questions with whose, and different kinds of elements into the speech. Okay, I want you to go to page 107 and 137, and inside the small chart, you'll find the possessive nouns. We have three kinds of nouns. Sorry, we have three kinds of pronouns. We have the subject pronoun, we have the possessive adjective, and we have the possessive pronoun. Okay, there are three elements that construct a pronoun. Okay, if I have I, which is the subject pronoun, the possessive adjective is my, and the possessive pronoun mine. Okay, the possessive adjective and the possessive pronoun, they refer to what? They refer to possession, something that belongs to me. On the contrary, I refers just to the first person, I, myself. What happened when we have other kind of pronouns? I mean, you, which is the subject pronoun, the possessive adjective, your, and the possessive pronoun, which is yours. Okay, yours. Let me give you an example with your. What is your name? Oh, my name is Mr. Osorio. That is a possessive adjective inside a question with the WH word. But what happened when we try to use the possessive pronoun inside a sentence, inside a way, inside a line, or a lane of communication? Okay? Is this yours? Is this yours? Yes, it's mine. I ask with yours, which is the possessive pronoun, is this yours? Is this yours? And the person that was asked with this interrogative says or said, yes, it is mine. Yes, it is mine. I'm referring to or I'm using the possessive pronoun mine. Okay, very good. What happened when we try, students, to include the WH questions inside the possessive pronouns? What happened when we try to construct a question with those words that we already know how to use them? Whose? The word whose, WHOSE, refers to possessive. Whose and who, it is not the same. What about if we make the contraction who is whose? It certainly don't have the same sound. Who is with the contraction whose, and whose with e at the end, it's a long sound. Whose, whose. All right, but WHOSE, whose, it refers to possession, sorry, possession, something that belongs to me, something that belongs to you, something that belongs to your brother, something that belongs to your parents. Okay, all right. Whose headphones are these? Whose headphones are these? Okay, I'm asking for the owner of these headphones. All right. So it's not complicated to learn how to learn the application of whose. We need to understand that the possessive adjectives, the possessive pronouns, they belong to possessive as their root base is. But when we apply a question with the WH word, in this case, whose, it is what? Possession. Okay, possession. What happened when we are using a name and we want to say that a pencil, a book, a cell phone belongs to that person? How can I use the possession? How can I use the possessive element inside a name? If you go to page 137, there's a possessive noun at the beginning that says, John's last name is Tames. I repeat, John's last name is Tames. John's, with the apostrophe in the S, it is not a contraction like John is, because we cannot make contractions with names and verb to be. That's not good. That's incorrect. What does the apostrophe after the letter N and the S at the end of the name represent? They represent possession. Possession. Okay? They represent possession. Ross' last name is Stram. Ross' last name is Strass. What happened with this example is totally different than John. Why? Because Ross, the name Ross, finishes with the letter S. So, if a name finishes with the letter S, it is not necessary to write the S at the end of the name. You just have to write the apostrophe, and that's all. The apostrophe represents that you're talking about Ross' belongings, Ross' possessions. Okay? What about with those were singular nouns? What happened with plural nouns? What do we have to do with plural nouns? The girls' gym. It's the girls' gym is on the floor. The girls' gym is on the floor. Okay? Girls, it's the plural noun. But what happened with girls? Do you remember? Let's see. It starts, not it starts, it ends with an S. And what happened when a noun ends with an S? It doesn't matter if it's singular or plural. What happened? What do you have to do? Follow the rule. Add the apostrophe. Girls. Girls ends with an S. That's good. Write an apostrophe at the end that represents what? Belonging, possession. The girls' gym is on the floor. Okay? The women's restroom is on the first floor. And this is a very common mistake because some students, some English students, they consider that when we write woman, we have to write an S to convert it into a plural. The thing is that woman, it's already in plural because it's the plural form of woman. Woman, plural. So if we add the apostrophe, okay, and we add the S, it means belonging. It means possession. It is not plural. So don't fall into that mistake, all right? Don't fall into that mistake. Okay, guys? I want you to work, please, on unit number 12. This unit number 12 has to be delivered on Saturday, this Saturday, May 2nd, okay? Um, I upload this announcement. It is a video that you have to record as the instructions. I wrote the instructions. I think the instructions are super duper clear and you don't need any other explanation besides that it is your choice to appear on the screen. If you don't want to appear on the screen, you can use pictures, images. The thing is that I want you to practice your speaking because I don't know if you are speaking with your parents, between yourselves among the chats, and I want you to, practice practice your speaking skill in English. So it is your choice to to paste on your video pictures or images, or even if you want to, if you want to appear, it's good. I don't have any trouble